So what you do when you work at?
I work in a store in Soho. I do piercings there. And she has a big Instagram presence, my boss. I don't know if I want to say her name.
Oh, good.
You don't have to. You don't have
Yeah.
to.
It's not,
You went from like
yours.
straight flowing, so you're like, fuck. I don't want to talk about that. Man. Fuck
No, I do want to talk about it because let me tell you that this job came in the most important time of my life. This job, and when I tell you I don't speak the rich language, I don't speak hey dude and stuff like that. So I never found myself actually being able to do the things I'm doing now. Like I have some education. I have a lehrer, which is a trade, right? I did a Fremdsprachensekretärin, which is like a translator, and which didn't help me shit here, right?
What were you translating?
I would translate. So
Spanish
in Germany,
to German?
yes, Spanish to German. But over here, if you translate, let's say if I want to translate from German and Spanish, I have to be qualified from Spanish to English and English to Spanish. So there's four traits I have to have.
Wow.
In order to do that or something like this. That's how I don't know what to explain, but it didn't work for me at all.
That's like 12 years of additional
Literally.
shit, right?
Yeah. So it didn't work for me. So when I came to the States, a lot of shit happened. Found out I don't like my fucking ex-husband. Ended up with 3 kids.
Wow.
And
thought you only had one because you mentioned one.
No, I have 3. The other one is an expired rapper now.
Expired
And-
rapper?
Inspiring.
Inspiring.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
you're-
yeah.
It's
not expired, not
Inspired.
Shout out to him. Aspiring rapper.
Inspiring rapper. It's like inspired. I'm about to say I'm sorry.
Motherfucker died rapping.
Sorry to you.
Die hard.
Is he good? Do you think he's
pretty
good?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Okay.
You know,
That's
like
good.
in New York, everybody wants to be a fucking rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he's pretty good. He's all right.
That's good.
I'm
And-
always curious to get feedback from the parents' perspective. Like, do you think he's really good or
Yeah.
not? And
Oh, I would tell you, cause some of his shit sucks. But overall, he's pretty
got some
good.
talent. He got some talent.
Like,
That's
if he feeds it a little bit more, and I think he can go somewhere.
All right.
Sweet.
And he's like with some small label now, so
Oh, that's great.
he's doing his thing.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Shout out.
And my oldest one is in the military.
Okay.
He's right now stationed in Seattle, Washington, which is amazing. And then the little one, it's living the Gen Z life, I guess, from state to state, and here he works there and there. So overall, thank God that my kids came out the way they came out.
Yeah.
Because it could have went bad. I mean bad. So yeah, so I stated that when my job came around, I always pierced. I've been piercing since I'm a kid.
But like formally trained piercing, or like let me just put a
What?
fucking
Put the ice
hole.
cube. Put the ice cube in the back of the
Well,
ear.
it started like that. I mean, you can never be. I mean, I want to say I'm professional now. I mean, been over 30 years, but you don't go to no piercing school. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wait, there's no piercing school?
No, there's no tattoo school. There's no piercing school. Like, you get yourself, like, I got when I first moved to New York, I found myself a tattoo shop. I went to the tattoo shop. I asked this guy, hey, I want to learn how to tattoo and pierce. And would you take me as an apprentice? Back then, you had to do this for like a year or 2, right? So you shadow him around. He'll tell you be the shop bitch for a little bit, like clean up this
Punish
and that.
it,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, and then
How do you say bitch again in
schlampe.
Yeah. So you have to be the
So
shop of the
You're gonna be the shop slumper?
And then it was so crazy because he was so high on heroin, right?
God.
So every time he trying to show me something,
Oh wow.
like he'll dope up, right? So he
He wasn't tatting anybody
That's
else.
what
Oh yeah, he was.
Oh,
He was
shit.
tattooing, like back in the day we tattooed with a cigarette in our mouth,
Damn.
like it was nothing.
That's crazy.
Like maybe you wear gloves,
Was
maybe
he
you
was
don't.
he nodding off in the middle of
In
tattoos?
the middle of tattooing.
No. So he'll wake up soon. give him a couple of seconds. The high wear off.
It's part of this process. Don't worry about it.
Like
That's his
back in the
process.
tattoos were raunchy, like
That's crazy.
But that would those are still and will be always will be the best tattoo artists out there.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
old school artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, fuck that. What do you want? You got it. Like, you know, like now it's like became such a good
Right.
big
Commodity.
industry. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
So the first time he said, he was so high, right? This is the first time that I saw him even more high than what he always is. He went in whatever in the bathroom, got right, and then came out, and then the lady wanted a septum.
What?
Septum's
A
right
septum
here,
piercing.
right?
Yeah, this one. That's
Ugh.
let me tell you, when I tell you this is the least painful piercing on your body.
Really?
What?
The septum?
The least painful piercing, if you did do it right. The least, if you don't catch your cartilage, which you're not supposed to, least painful. Like all I goes with the needle like this, and it goes right through. That's how
Oh.
thin.
Wow.
Like you can actually touch your fingernails if you get in your septum. You can actually.
What's
feel
the
it.
what's the most painful?
Have you ever
Nipple?
done a Prince
The nipple?
Nipples,
Albert?
yeah.
The
Yeah.
nipple?
Prince Albert.
I love I used to love doing that.
Wait, which
not the
one's
Prince
that?
Albert.
And let me tell you, not because
What is a Prince Albert?
You don't know
It's a
about the
dick
Prince?
piercing.
Isn't it a ladder? Prince ladder or
no,
some shit?
that's the ladder. That's
If Prince Albert is when they put
That's
a
the Jacob
piercing
ladder.
in
Oh, the Jacob ladder.
in the hole of
Yeah, but
of
I'm gonna
your
tell you
penis.
why.
That's what they call it?
But let me tell you why I love doing them shits. Because they will always be the big motherfuckers, the big fucking guys. Yeah, and then they see a girl piercing, so they get even more excited until they see the needle. Right? So
Shrinks
everything
up.
goes. Woo,
Yeah, why
down.
would you even think of
Wow.
getting a Prince Albert? Like, how the fuck does that work?
But
Wake
when
up one
I
day and get a
stopped
Prince
doing them
Albert.
because after a while, like you come like if you get your nose pierced, you come. Oh, can you check how's it? Can you check? Can
my
you check?
shit.
Can you check?
Also, it's follow
Yeah,
follow-ups.
the follow-ups, exactly. The follow-ups. And then for free too, motherfucker,
What?
for
Oh
free.
my
Right?
God.
I said, so until one day I said...
You just smack
I
it
said-
and be like this.
But sometimes I'll be like squeezing them, I'll be getting tight.
Yeah.
And then,
Don't blame
but
me.
that was back in the day. You got away with so much shit back then. So one time the guy he came over there like 4 or 5 times. I got so mad. I said, listen, you better pay me. You want me to fucking even put an eyeball on this shit? You're gonna pay me, right? You're not gonna come here for free, get free. But am I fucking a hoe? Like I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So never again. I stopped doing them. I stopped doing them. But the septum, I'm talking about the septum because that actually became my specialty. Right?
So it's a septum.
So the septum
nose.
is this
Oh,
one.
the nose.
The
the
bone.
nose.
So my mentor goes, yeah, you're ready. And I go, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, right? So he's standing behind me. The lady's sitting on the chair in front of me. And here I go. Boy, did I fuck that shit up.
Oh, painful like a motherfucker.
I fucked
Poor
that
lady.
shit up so
Still got
bad.
a
And I
nose?
went in through here. And I came out from here.
Oh,
Right? Like right here.
no.
And
You missed the whole shit.
the whole shit. And then here I am looking at the lady. No. She said, I feel something is wrong. No.
It's trying to.
Everything is okay.
I don't think that's some shit you can just wiggle into.
Should have hit a screwdriver.
And then I have my mentor in the
He's
back.
sleeping. He's sleeping in the
Nah,
back.
the nigga went like this. Yeah, you fucked that up. I said, are you fucking, Antonio, are you fucking kidding me? What you mean? I said, no, everything.
Oh my
Everything look good.
God.
And he said, muévete, Yolanda. Muévete. With his fucking eyes closed, a perfect fucking septum.
Wow.
Crazy.
Well, he was high as a kite.
Then I got so mad, you fucking fuck, you made me do this shit when you could perfectly,
But I mean, you gotta learn, right?
Yeah, he was putting you on the test. He was putting you to a
and
test.
he sure did.
He was
So
like, "Pop
I
quiz."
refused to do septum for a long time. I didn't do septums no more. I didn't do the tongue because I nearly paralyzed the girl with a tongue piercing. Like
Wait, that is possible?
that is possible. Like her whole like.
Oh,
I mean,
paralyzed on the.
like the minute I pierced her and I put the jewelry in, this whole side, like when as we had I paid for her speech, like it was insane.
You paid for a speech therapist?
Yeah, like it was crazy. Even though back in the day we got away with lunch, because back in the day she would have slapped you with a fucking law. So I
Yeah, that's what I was
I was about to say, like, do you
Yeah.
have like liability insurance? How does this work?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, damn. Whole face paralyzed.
So
Half a face
I never did tongue. I never picked up the tongue again. But the septum for some reason became. At one point I said, let me, it became because when I started piercing, like the lines were out the door. Like it was bam, 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 like
Wow.
all day long. Like I come out of there, and that was like 90s. In the 90s, I started like professionally, and like I would come out of a shop, like I would go to a random shop and just fucking pierce and make like $1,200-$1,300.
Wow.
Just my cut.
That's
That's wild.
It was wild.
a day.
A day.
That's a lot of people getting piercings.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
it was
How much is an average piercing?
Yeah.
I have
Well,
no.
back then you paid like $30, $20
Jesus.
for piercing, but it was like, I'm telling you, it was like a factory. Bang, bang, bang. It was
Wow.
just
Damn,
piercing. That's how crazy.
How
it
much
was.
is a piercing now?
Well, I charged from $125 for one.
Wait,
Wow.
depending on the part.
No, right now I'm not doing no more body piercing. All I do is like ears,
Oh,
nose.
okay.
Damn,
Really?
125 for a fucking
For the
ear?
year?
Per ear.
That shit come with,
But I
with
give
jewelry,
you,
right?
but I give you, right, 14 karat gold.
Okay, yeah,
right?
see, it comes with
So
the
it's the
jewelry.
jewelry.
I
So they're
give you-
paying for the
For
actual.
the actual
Yeah.
gold.
Because you can go
Yeah.
to Clear's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
never, dude. Oh my God, no, don't.
Like, yeah, that's it. Oh, that shit,
damn.
you're killed, infected,
Yeah.
fucking paralyzed.
Yeah.
Take it all off, it's all shit.
So how you ended up doing piercings for the events of the
Fashion
high
Week?
fashion? Yeah.
With my job. That's what I'm saying. It was so insane. Like, and I say it because my first day working for her, I was like, I can't do it. I can't do this. I said, I
Because
don't-
you went from one extreme, which is 90s era piercing
Right.
of
New York City.
motherfuckers is high off of heroin.
Yeah.
Doing
then I got high on heroin.
Damn.
So,
yeah.
so like I say it because not because I'm good at what I'm actually great in what I'm doing. That's if I do believe in something, is I'm great in piercing.
Yeah, you're doing fashion week. That says something.
I'm good at this, and people like I don't go, and when I pierce you, I don't go for just making my money off of you one time. Like, you're gonna come back, and all my clients, they keep coming back. Like, I have new clients every day, yeah, but mostly it's repeats, and that's where the money at. You don't want
that one time
that
goal.
one time,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Investable
So,
customer.
but what I'm saying is, I wasn't sure of myself. Like I said, don't market myself properly. You know, like I don't.
You don't fit the mass market mold.
Influencer.
In high fashion stuff.
High
I don't. I like my kicks.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I dress up like this, and my boss actually said, you know, I told her, I said, the first day I said, I can do it.
You mean to tell me you don't have the sundress with the
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm about
know.
to say. Like, there's a dress code that you have to be in these in
Well,
fashion week
yeah,
over
I
there.
mean,
Cause you backstage though.
yeah, no, like I can. I mean, this is high brands people. Like,
Yeah.
You can't come in there like fucked up. Like, you just can't. Like, but for some reason, like, you know, the first day I told her, I said, I don't speak this language.
Yeah.
I don't. She said, what do you mean, Jewish? I said, no, that's not what I mean. Like, I don't do this. I don't do the Gucci, and I don't do the Louis, and I don't do none of that shit. Like, I don't even know what the fuck half the time you guys saying. Like, I don't understand it. And then, you know, and the more I tried from not cursing, like, I would wake up in the morning and say, Yolanda, don't curse. Just, you know, breathe before you talk, and I fuck you, and I fuck this, and bullshit. Like, it all comes. And the more I tried, like, to be somebody else, it wasn't happening. And she said, listen, you got free reign. You be you, and you're gonna be all right. And guess what? Now I'm wearing the Prada, the Louis,
Oh shit.
and all the shit.
They want you.
So just alone her letting me be me, and they know my full history, like my addiction. I was homeless, lived on the street. I was running the street. I did a lot of bullshit, and they know it all, all.
Were you doing that while you were with your ex-husband?
It all started with my ex. You know, I always in Germany too. I would do some heroin here and there.
How did you get? If you don't mind me asking, how did that rabbit hole ever come about into your life? Getting into something that's, I mean, I think it's a very fucking hard drug, heroin.
Well,
Yeah.
in my
It's
time,
not something you like.
heroin in my time was actually glamorous.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, you talking
In
about like
Germany.
heroin chic and all
Yeah,
that?
it was actually like this. Like right now, everybody went, "Oh, let's smoke some weed." It was heroin
In Germany.
in Germany.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and roofies, like you hear about roofies just to get raped, right?
Yeah,
Or
that
you
was
want to fucking
my-
fuck
like a
a
whole
girl,
party.
and you're gonna
Literally
yeah.
my only association.
Yeah.
me
Not
too,
in
yeah.
Germany. It was a thing to do.
So
Oh, shit.
people
Just to
volunteer
pass out.
Just
Yeah.
to pass out.
you not really pass out. Like I never passed out until the first time I tried to commit suicide.
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
then I passed
You're just
out.
dropping in these like little tidbits, and you're like,
because that's where I'm at now. It's because of all that. Like I don't regret anything. Anything. I don't like and to be honest, if I could still do drugs, I probably would. But my thing is I don't like the consequences and all the shit that comes with it. If it is just the drugs, I do the shit today, tomorrow, next day. But everything that comes with it, it was getting too much. And then, it's crazy right now. But it started before my ex. And it started like hanging out with kids and just doing us and hanging out in the parks and hanging out where we're not supposed to hang with people that we wasn't supposed to hang. And we started the heroin, but never caught.
Shooting it up or smoking it? Yeah, smoke heroin.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I'm like learning shit every fucking week. I like my awareness of smoking heroin. I've never.
Yeah, we was smoking it, and then then it started the coke and then the ecstasy. So this was Germany. Jeez. And then once I met my ex, it stopped for a little bit. So we moved to New York. I started popping kits and stuff, and
So your ex that was a correctional officer did not pick up on any of these vibes.
No, because I was doing coke with him.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So, but
Tell me more.
You see, I have such an addictive personality. I'm like, if I go for something, I'm gonna go for all. He was able, because I guess he had a job or whatever, that he couldn't be
probably
really
get drug
dirty.
tested too. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
he was kind of like, he would do it and he wouldn't do it. Like if the days that he wouldn't do it, I'll keep going. And then when he does it, I do mine and yours.
Yeah.
Would he get upset? He was like, "Man, you're fucking benching out. You're leaving me
I would
behind."
hide it. I would hide it. Like I would not do it. I would hide it. I don't know. Then it went up to crack. I started smoking crack.
What?
Still didn't pick up the heroin.
What?
So I started smoking crack, and then all hell broke loose. I ended up doing some time, and when I came out of doing time, that's when everything went down.
How much time did you do it for?
96 months.
96
Wait,
months.
how many years is that?
8.
Huh?
8.
8 years.
You did 8
Wow.
I thought I knew you. Wow, really?
I'm like, I thought you already had these conversations with me.
Wow.
Yo, 8. And what was for what?
Wow.
Like for possession? Nah, they gave you 8 for possession? No, for distribution? That's why you count in bundles. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it.
Germany counting.
Yo, I fucking knew it. I was like, yo, I only know a few people that count in fucking bundles,
shit.
man. And I knew that shit. All
That's
right, now
crazy.
problem solved. I know I'm connecting these
But
fucking dots
it
out here.
also started little childhood drama. My mother divorced my dad. It's crazy how now through therapy I can talk to all this, but like she got a new guy after 2 weeks. My dad left, and mind you, my mother, she was a pretty lady. She could have did it, whatever, but she got with this guy, and I was raped by him twice when I was
damn.
13. So it all started there. So everything started, and the crazy part is that my mind don't even work. My mind works from age. It stopped working from age 13 to 2013.
So that brother did those. You had those experiences before 13? Is that what you're sharing?
No, it started at 13.
It started
Yeah.
at 13. Wow, that's
And I'm
wild.
like, shit kept happening. So every time, and then the first time I ever tried to clean up was in 2013, and I cleaned up and I stood clean for like 8 years. And then I had a relapse. I relapsed for like 6 months. Got myself into treatment. Met him.
Yeah.
And you don't unlearn everything you learned in 8 years. I mean, I came in there with a plan. Yeah, I got a chippy now, and my main focus was to get off of it.
A chippy is a kid.
A chippy is like,
chippy is
like you hung on dope now.
Oh,
like,
shit.
and dope is not even, I don't even know what the fuck you call it now, because it's not even heroin, but like you need it. Like you cannot just, I mean,
You can't go cold.
you can do, I go whatever. Look at me, but
Yeah, I'm like, you kind of said everything you needed to say.
you can do
Like, I
crack.
can't just go out and fucking smoke crack whenever I want.
Like you can do crack, right? And the next day you wake up and not do it, or do it, not do it. Like nothing really. But you get hooked on heroin, and you wake up in the morning. The first thing I do is I either shoot up. You need it.
Yeah. That's what's called a chippy.
Yeah. And chippy is like you depended on it now, because at one point it's not even about getting high no more. It's about survival. It's about getting
it's
about
yeah.
It's about making that money so you can. And let me tell you, we some smart motherfuckers. And the good part is that when we clean up, that we put all our smartness into the right thing, right? And we can go somewhere, where I'm at, where I'm climbing back up now. But we never have a problem. Let me tell you something. What motherfucker that wakes up broke with $0, right? And at the end of the day got high all day and still has fucking crack and dope for the rest of the fucking night.
And do it every day.
And let me tell you, a bundle is like $60.
Damn.
And you done now have like 4 or 5 bundles with a fucking half an ounce of crack. Like, who can do that?
A bundle's only $60?
Yeah, I mean, back then was like $40-$60.
Oh, shit. I thought they were like 100 for some reason.
I know Fashion Week and that kind of crew, or that kind of atmosphere, there must be a lot of drugs around that shit, no?
You know what? Let me tell you, it's so crazy that the reason why I always let everything out, like, yes, we have open bars, like even in our stores, we have open bars, we have.
So you don't drink?
No, nothing.
So you're clean.
Absolutely.
Because if you do one thing, it's a whole ripple effect.
And let me tell you, I get so mad because now all the smoke shops and shit and all this nice shit that they have now, they have the fucking pens that you could just put in your pockets. They have fucking weed you could do a pre-roll. Like, and my shit is always gonna be weed. But it's always my relapse. It's always my relapse.
So that's why you told your boss
everything.
Oh.
From like the get-go before getting hired, or
while I got hired, and, I started
you were like before I got this job
because because it's still such a stigma. Like they gonna see, I want you to know me for me. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to tell you what I'm all about. I will tell you. I'm never going to not tell you. I'm going to tell you, and then you're going to make your decision. Do you want to fuck with me or not? Mm. But I always tell on myself. They say, tell on yourself. It's because when they do have the open bars, right? Or we get people that we have like CBDs, cookies, and stuff. Like we always partner up with different kinds of people, and everybody's aware. Everybody's aware. Like, they if they see me like thinking for a second, my co-workers got my back 100%. Like they would, when like it's just me knowing that they know. So one, I can't fuck that up. Yeah. Right. And then second is they will have my back and tell me, yo, you good. Like I had COVID the whole last week. I want to try COVID once a month at least. Because once a month I want to try any fucking different strain, and then I want to try the RSV, and then I want to try it all, right? So I just got, and they're all cold, and I got texts like, yo, you good? You sure you're not depressed, or you sure you're not, are you sure? Like they look out, and I love my team. My team is the bomb. When I have events, like I'm not good in like selling. Believe it or not, I'm not a good salesperson. I'm not. Like, I'm there to pierce, and then I help out.
Like,
you
want to not, fam.
Yeah, that would be me. That would be me. Like I see, look, salespeople go through shit. Let me tell you, you have people coming in and fucking asking you one question 5 different times, right? In 5 different ways.
It's the
and
same fucking answer.
Oh my God. And then I'll be one, you're going to ask me 3 times, and I'm going to answer you 3 times. By the 4th time, I'm going to go, fuck yourself. And fuck yourself, and fuck this shit, and fuck you. Like, and the crazy, schlumper. Fucking schlumper. Like, and the good thing is that this is how and this is because I tell on myself that my team knows that. So they don't even they know like when it comes to selling, I made it that way. I don't make no commission off the sales. I don't want commissions. I'm just there to pierce, and I get other nice bonuses with it. But I like and they can make their commissions or whatever. If they need help when they get swamped, which we get swamped all the time, I help out. But I talk, and I'll kill some time till the next so it's always nice to have, especially me thinking that I would never like every time I mean, I don't have problems getting back up. I can always support myself. Pissing is always happening wherever. But to be in a place now with fashion weeks, like they trust me with stuff like that. Like I walk around, like when I do events, I walk around with all that jewelry, right? Like that, I take it home. And then I bring it back, you know, like to get trusted with something like it's fucking awesome.
Right.
It's amazing.
That's amazing.
And
because I mean, to go from just the ideology of people in general, and they're like, "This fucking crackhead's gonna steal my shit."
And that's exactly what would happen.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm so big in consistency. Like as long as I'm the same way all the time. What can you do? Yeah. You can't do nothing. Now, if I show you, like, you know, I'm always that same way. Like, there is nothing but to respect me, or I respect you. Now, if you're like this,
that's
then I can't fuck
red
with
flags.
you. I can't fuck with you. I can't. And I'm gonna tell you, I can't fuck with you.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, you're fucking blowing my mind. And in the sense of, you know, forget, like, on top of your multicultural and ethnic background and educational systems and learning, but then your experiences on top of that, then being very patient with a partner of 13 years to then decide, you're like, hey, this really doesn't work out for me.
Yeah.
It's a dub.
You know,
Let's go our separate ways.
let's just
I'm gonna take the hamper.
3 kids, you know what I'm saying,
That are doing great.
and 8 years of incarceration, federal, and it's like, coño, either, and on top of
in Fashion Week,
and then on top of all that, he can, sup, I'm back in this game, bitch.
I'm back like I never left. Back for the first time.
That is the model of resilience.
For real.
That's
real.
the Capricorn, Ashloch.
Wait, what's
What was that,
They
though?
just call me
We
fuckface?
forgot which one is that one.
It's an asshole.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But you know, I say, like, females, like I was in treatment the first time for 22 months, right? I didn't know how that worked. I never even heard about detox or methadone or none of that shit until that one time. And that's because I never tried to get clean. And that's how long my run on drugs was, like, over 15 years.
And while you were incarcerated, were you also still using?
Oh, I got my biggest habit in there.
Oh shit.
It was insane. Like, I walked out of there with a habit.
Wow.
It was crazy. Like, I would, let me tell you something. Never do, and this is for everybody that's listening. Don't ever smoke crack in no penitentiary.
Oh shit.
Jesus Christ.
Ever. Because let me tell
Let's
you.
try to avoid getting into the penitentiary period. That's my message to everybody.
Because the most funny, not funny, it's ridiculous. Like, the shit that an addict does, right? Like, my Sully had a fucking visit, and she comes up, she had mad crack on her, right? She had the choibo, she had the fucking stem, she had everything.
She had the whole
everything, right? The whole package.
The whole crack package.
And here I am.
Open up shop.
Here I am, right? Here I am. Oh my god, I'm gonna get so fucking lit. I'm gonna get lit. That's how I was, right? Boy, I took a blast off that shit. I hung on the fucking gate. Let me out! Let me the fuck out of here! Oh my god, I couldn't do it. And people do it. It's insane. Like, people, it's crazy. And not only that, you know who I don't think that I ever slept. And not because of the inmates. It was the guards too. Shit. Like, it was insane. Like you saw girls getting dragged out their fucking cell to either be fucking raped, be fucked up by another inmate. Like, I saw some shit. Like, and I was scared as fuck. And I like to say I'm pretty tough. But that shit humbled me to the fucking fullest. Thank God. And that didn't happen to me. But then worse shit happened when I got out, though. And that's what...
What state you was locked up in?
Everywhere. It started from VA and then all the way to Louisiana and come back.
Oh, wow.
That's wild.
I'm fucking blown away.
That is
But
wild.
that is, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Females in addiction. If you look at any detoxes, like, I've been around, and then later on, when I had those 8-year stretch of clean, that you know, I would walk around and go to those, you know, we went to Rikers. I spoke in Rikers a couple of times. I did some things in that theme, right? And and you always see more men than female. And I'm gonna tell you why. Not because they don't have places to go, or not because it's because we fucking bad. We bad in this shit, and the men can fuck with us in any of the addiction shit. Whether we have a pole, right? Whether we have a sugar daddy, a pimp, we have to stroll, we boost, we have a husband, we have a boyfriend, we have kids, whatever the fuck, all of these things keep us out there longer. And we're so resilient, right? That we will make it happen every fucking time. Versus the men, and no disrespect, but versus the men, you guys run out of gigs, you know, your wife now don't want to fuck with you no more. Yeah, jump into the detoxes or into these, you know, long terms. That's why, like my last place that I was, they hold 101. We have 101 beds. Only 22 are for women.
Wow.
This is absolutely fucking mind blowing to me right now. The reality is that these are things I never factor in, and like in my everyday life, like because you know the subset of issues that you're talking about, like I would think at surface level, just the addiction level. Yo, you know, this is what's happening. This is what people are going through. But when we had Jason from On Point Services here, he touched on something, and I didn't dive deeper into it, but I knew like the subtext. He talked about someone, a patient that came in, and she was pregnant, and they were trying to get her help. Yeah. But her boyfriend, he said, pimp. You know, and it was her pimp. Yeah. He was like, nah, this bitch ain't leaving my side. You know, he ain't saying verbatim like that, but he used a lot of the little side words.
That's true. That's true story.
And I'm like, so she's pregnant. He's like, yo, my man, sex work is sex work. And I'm like, yeah, but so, you know, on top of the societal pressures of being stigmatized and being pushed away from society, of like, all right, you're labeled an addict and you can't get the help or whatever, right? There's no help for that, or not enough help for that. Then on top of that, you have the other pressure of another human being forcing you either into sex work, or if not forcing you into sex work, literally holding you hostage in your crib. And it's just like, coño, it's a lot. It's another added layer and weight to push down. And I mean, maybe I don't know of it. Maybe I don't know if there is representation and awareness on all these type of topics, because that's a whole nother subset of issues.
Hell yeah.
Because it's not just a layer of the drugs and bang and it's a blanket statement. Shit, It's way more shit. Yeah. Because how do you get people fucking help? Yeah. Because if you kind of like mentally already oppressed, and you're like, you think that this is what love is, and or like, you know, I'm just saying, and I'm not saying that this applies to everyone, but if you think that dude is loving you by treating you that way, because I've known women that, yo, they men beat the fuck out of them, and they're like, nah, but he loves me. Yeah. Like, the fuck out of here. Yeah. And so how do you how do you pivot and switch people's psychology on top of all that other shit?
You have to put yourself first. Like, I had to, like, every and I'm talking for the women now. Like, every woman, we don't just wake fucking up one day and say, oh, let me do this fucking drug. It doesn't happen like that. It really don't. Like, you experiment with weed or whatever, but once you start hitting heroin and crack, you just don't. Yeah, no. Like, when the first time I did heroin, I fell in love.
That's why I was like, yo, how did you get into it?
But me, crazy. I was raped, right? I was raped twice. And then on top of that, by my mom's boyfriend. Yeah. Crazy. And my story is that I didn't tell nobody. The way they found out was I'm in swim class and I refused to go swimming, and I was the captain. And I'm always was very competitive, always into sport, played hockey for a long time. Like, I always competitive. And my coach goes, why are you not going? And I moved, right? And she looked at me, she dragged me to the fucking dressing room, and she lifted my shirt up, and I was bruised from up here all the way to here. Oh, right? Because I tried to fight him off. And that's how the ball started rolling. Now, they wanted to call my mom. I said, don't call my mom. They called my aunt, which is her sister. She came, got me from school, And I told her everything. Her got into a big fight. I mean, fucking wrenches. My uncle brought a wrench trying to fuck him. It was fucking a whole Spanish mayhem. And so I stood with now mind you, like I'm with my aunt. I'm good now. Like, you know, we trying to work through it, you know, as much as they could, as much as I knew how to do it. Right. And I'm in class. And here goes the principal. She comes, oh, listen, your driver's outside. You got to go home. I said, I wasn't going home. I'm not going home. She said, yeah, you got to go home. And I went home. And now I'm seeing all these luggages packed up and everything. I said, yeah, she believed me and blah, blah, blah. She going to get rid of him. It was all my luggage.
Damn.
Right? What? So she put that shit in the car. She drove, the driver drove me to a boarding school. And that's where I stood from age 13, almost 14, until 18. Wow. I met my ex in boarding school. Like his boy was dating a girl in there, and I happened to open the fucking door that day, and he was my.
You're like, fuck.
I should have opened the fucking door.
And I think what it was is, it was my way out, right? Mm-hmm. So, and then it was a lot of abuse in that relationship too. That nigga would come home from work like, I don't know what the fuck happened in Rikers, but he'll take it out on me. Like, are we waking up against the wall? And stuff. So, God. You know, like it was all adding up until that day when I found that fucking heroin, let me tell you something, that one warm feeling, which I don't think I ever had again, right, came over, and everything, that was the only, because let me tell you, nightmares, I'm 47 years old, I still have nightmares. I still fucking sleep with lights on. Or the radio on, or something. Something gotta be on.
Yeah, I need something on
like,
too.
Boogeyman's on the corner, bro.
Like I still, like, you know, and work through therapy now. I'm in therapy for like almost 10 years now, and it gets easier because at one point I couldn't even talk about these things. I would break down, cry, and whatever.
It's so heavy.
Can't get up like
that. But
sorry.
every time you know, like you see somebody out there, and like I'm not a fan. I give money here and there when people ask for $1, $2, because they don't, never mind $1 or $2. They ask for $5 and $10 now.
Inflation.
But and you know what? The one guy said, "Yo, motherfucker, $10, dude. Like really, $10? Like he said, oh, gotta shoot high.
Yo, one time I meant to give somebody $1, and I accidentally pulled out a 10. And I was like, fuck.
You was caught.
They saw it.
Said you was caught.
I gave somebody a $50 bill by mistake.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
And, but the dude that I gave the $10 to, he was like, you sure, man? I really only need $1. And I was, what the fuck was I gonna do? I'm not gonna. Yeah, let me get it back.
Yeah, might as well take it. Might as well
I was like,
it.
Yeah, man, you good. Don't worry. But next time you see me, you ain't asking me for a minute, though.
10 times, my man. 10 times.
I get 10 free passes, motherfucker.
Oh shit.
But when you do see these ladies out there and stuff, like, I'm telling you, everybody has a story, and mainly is abusive.
Yeah.
Well, of course, absolutely.
Is this something that you feel that is getting any type of attention, or like, do people have resources for this?
We have a lot of resources. It's just that who the fuck, like that was my thinking. Like, wow, who the fuck wants to think about or talk about what you've been through to now fucking go through the shit and fucking be in pain again and be in your head again when the drugs can put this away like this.
That's easier.
You know, because for the way I'm thinking about all this shit is like, yo, when you finally come to terms, I'm ready to move on with my life. And you got another motherfucker literally strong-arming you and saying, bitch, you ain't going nowhere. You know, where are these women going to go? Going to go to a fucking shelter where they can potentially be exposed to other dangers in life? And it's like the limited
and the shelter
options.
system is crazy because I've been in there too. And let me tell you something.
I heard horrible stories
it's
about
crazy.
the
Like, I've been in
shelter
couple shelters. Like, I
hear nothing but rape happens apparently.
Yeah,
it's
like,
crazy.
fucking
It's
horrible.
crazy. And the drug use in there.
Yeah, it's
You don't even
horrible.
have to leave the building. Well, how great is that for a drug? I
You
go
gotta
next
leave the
door.
building.
Oh, you're a girl. Like, it's crazy like that. And there is no. They're talking about there. You have a curfew. You got to be here at 9 o'clock. Yeah, okay. At 10 o'clock, I got to go real quick to the store. And you go out and go to the store, go cop and come back. Like, there is no record. They don't. It's no. Nothing there. Nothing.
No structure, no regulations, no nothing.
And me, I needed structure. Like, I'm still to this day, like, I'm still like map my day down. If I'm writing down, doing my hair, and then I'm doing my nails, and then I'm gonna have some coffee, and if I don't start with the top, nothing gets done. Nothing gets done. Because the only consistency I had was 5 drug dealers at the same time, and whoever came first. So it's like like especially when you're out there like that, you need structure, and they have places like that.
Yeah.
Are they getting ran right? No, because you know what, everybody, like, I get it. Like, if everybody was saying, oh, why don't you become a counselor at one point, right? Do the counseling or do the peer advocacy or whatever. Like, I couldn't do it. One is I'm going to go to jail because I'm going to punch you in your fucking throat. Right?
Like, motherfucker, stop doing drugs.
Actually, it gets like that. It gets like that.
Yeah.
It gets like
Don't you know it's just
Trust
killing you?
me, actually,
Yeah. And
it
then,
gets frustrating.
and 2 is that I know I wouldn't be dedicating myself to that job the way counselors should do. I get it. You need a paycheck. You got to pay a rent. You need a family. You got to feed a family. You got to feed yourself. I get all that. But you took a job like that is to help people, just like nurses. Like the nurses, those are the real MVPs for me, bro. Nurses and teachers, absolutely.
You
The
still
ones
banging your pots and pants at 7 p.m.? No, I'm just fucking.
I didn't even do it doing that. I always
You're like,
I
good job,
always-
guys. Good job.
I love my clients, especially the nurses and the teachers. When I get them, I love them, and I always tell them every time, thank you for what you guys do every time. But the counselors, like, we have. It's so crazy that the city also taking funds. Like, people don't want to do, like, when you have a nonprofit, they don't want to donate no more.
Right.
You know, they don't want to, they don't want to do the field work as much as they should do.
It's true.
You know, and I get why they don't want to do field work, because one, you ain't fucking paying me, right? You got me in the fucking heat all fucking day, talking to maybe 10 people, and maybe half of the motherfuckers, half of one might listen.
Might.
Them niggas is all
Might.
doped the
Might,
fuck out.
yeah, might listen. The half is listening when he's like up, and then the other half is like it's still there. But you know, it's sad. Like, and it can really, it saved my life. Like, structure and being in the long term, definitely saved my life. It saved my life because.
And when you say long term, you're talking about to the long term recovery.
Like what? Like, let me ask you something. If you doing your Legos for the past 15 years, right? And now I'm trying to teach you not to do the Lego. That's gonna. You think I can accomplish that within 2 weeks?
Fuck no.
That'll be a little.
You need a couple of years.
I'll be
Right?
upset.
So you can,
Lot of
like,
questioning
like
happening.
those 28 fucking day rehabs, those fucking harm reduction shits, those detox. It's not gonna work. Because I'm not gonna unlearn everything and process everything in those 28 days, in them 10 days, and then most of the time you walk out of detox still on 3 milligrams of methadone.
It's
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy. But it could help if they would, like, really look at these fucking homeless people out right now, right? Most of them either mentally fucked up or drugs, right? Like, if the city would put some effort into some more structured programs, right? It will work. It could work.
Right.
It could work, but mainly it has to come from you anyway. If
Yeah.
you can put me in the fucking rehab, and if I don't want to fucking do it, fuck you, I ain't gonna do it.
It's true. It's true.
With all
And
of that, what are you looking forward to in your life?
In my life,
What are you excited about?
Yeah, 'cause you've lived like a few
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah.
that's
So,
like-
what's next for you?
I'm actually content. I'm content. I know, if more comes out of it, I'm more than happy. I like to explore. First thing or main thing is probably move the fuck out of New York.
Where would you go?
I don't know. I would like to try Atlanta, and I would like to try something there that I can build a piercing. It's like, I mean, piercings are everywhere, but not everybody has just a piercing spot. So it's either piercing and tattooing, or it's piercing and jewelry, or it's piercing and so I would like to just do piercings, like a, studs, or like a Maria
Right.
Taj, like in the job that I am in, like she concentrating now like on more just that. And then I like doing these events. Like I met all these TikTokers. Like, and it's so fun seeing young ladies and men, but young ladies like in their 20s fucking doing their thing and doing something that they love doing. Like I could, let me tell you something. I try, like I make some reels here and there, and then sometimes when I have like my DMs go, and let me tell you, my following is only 300, okay, but my DMs be popping like from
sliding in
and now I wish, but or questions about piercings or whatever, and it's fun. But then I have to make a video to answer them, right? Or oh my God, like a 2 or 3 minute video takes me 1,000 takes. So I don't know how. How
like
they do it. They gotta get the angle and this and that and don't do this. Like I don't know how these girls do it, and it's amazing to watch how this generation now, how many resources if you have your head right.
Yeah.
So look at you,
That's
like
true.
doing this. Like it's amazing to watch young people doing that. Like we couldn't do it. You had to fucking work back then. You had to really like. Not that you guys don't work. Of course you guys work, and but you had to labor like. Then you can sit in your fucking house and talk some shit and you're good.
Now there's a lot of avenues now. There's a lot of avenues
it's
that you can
amazing.
take care
It's
of.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like and from my background and stuff, to be able, because to be able to interact with these people, models. Like I have high end models coming and getting pierced, and I have, like, I did the Revolve was a big thing. Like the whole fashion week. Like I did so many brands, and it's just alone that I'm actually interacting with them, and some know my history, some follow me, some know my history, and they nothing but encouragement. Like I mean, I get emails or DMs from people that they're up there, and I hope everything is well, keep strong, you are nice, thank you so much, or thanks, I mean, nice talk we had, or like they send me shit. Like it's fun, it's
rewarding.
humbling and very
humbling.
rewarding. Especially me thinking that I would never. Like I thought I'd be either stuck in the streets or I'd be stuck in a tattoo shop.
Yo,
You made a long way.
to go from a fucking situation in Germany to being shipped off to a boarding school to being an apprentice of a fucking heroin user to doing 8 years, having children, relationship, all that. You fucking on some real strong shit,
Yo,
man.
I told you, rock
And
that
that's when I say that women are so. Look at you. You came from 3 different states and whatever, and you end up in New York trying to pursue your dream, right? Like a guy would think 50,000 times about his next move.
I mean,
Not all guys.
Look at you. You couldn't even
Hold on now.
Dre, you couldn't even talk to the girl that jumped the turnstile.
It's because he chose not to after she jumped the
She's a
turnstile.
fucking criminal.
I don't live that life no more.
I don't live that life no more.
Yo, we're at an hour 48.
Oh my God.
Yo, I told you it was gonna rap.
But hey,
told
I
you.
want to tell you.
I told you.
I think you, Dre, right? Because that's the only nigga I know. I personally wanted to thank you, for real. Like, for the stuff that you do, for the job that you do, and when you used to come and talk, right? Even though...
I was scared of shit all the time. You could tell I was nervous all the time.
Yeah, he was always nervous. But just alone doing it. Like, doing that for you, but also for us, right? And you and Joffrey definitely gave me that push. Joffrey still to this day, every day.
Yeah.
If you don't hear from me 2 days, like, where the fuck you at?
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate the stuff that you do, because we need people like you. And we need people to spread the word, and we just need you guys. And I appreciate when you used to come.
You rock. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's lovely.
That's really nice.
You know, gotta blow
so
some
nice.
smoke up his ass.
I mean, I did share with you the last episode, and I shared with you afterwards our last episode, because it was very heavy shit. We were talking to a fentanyl awareness of Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit is insane.
And it's just, it was so heavy. I came out like beat the fuck up.
We both sat down like, fuck.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, Lord.
and I texted you afterwards. I was like, yo, I do. I don't. My familiarity with any of this life is very far removed, and I consciously do that because my mother was also in prison for 12 years and all that kind of stuff, and I'm just like, yo, I just want to remove myself and help in any way I can, but I just don't want to be in it because I know it's draining, and I was like, yo, Dre, you're doing this as a profession now, and you're
amazing.
You're hearing people's lives, you know, you're hearing the stories and all that, and it takes a lot, man. So I was like, yo, you know, props to you for holding it down, most importantly, but thank you for your efforts and what you're doing, because I know that, you know, when we're out there caring for other people, sometimes we forget about taking care of ourselves.
Yeah.
And you know, you holding it down, brother.
And I appreciate you, and I want to give a shout out to my whole team over there in DRS, because without them, it's not easy. Like you was explaining, Yolanda, it's like sometimes it does get exhausting. Cause you sit with somebody and be like, yo, bro, I'm trying to show you the fucking blueprint here, bro. Like there is an out, you know what I'm saying? And there's some that, a few, cause the statistics and the numbers of people in recovery is like so fucking low. It's so
what is it
bad.
looking like?
It's just so
It's
bad.
only, let me tell you something. It's only, right, the women, it's only 7%.
7% of fully recovered.
Fully recovered.
That's
Holy
so
shit.
And the
low.
man is not even that much far behind, bro. So it's
Or
like,
ahead? Like,
ahead, yeah, it's like crazy.
15%?
Like when
Yeah,
I was,
because
when
it's
I was,
men.
yeah, when I was in my place for the year and a half, I only know right now, I probably saw like 10 people out of 80 people, 90 people, if I remember right, like 10 that graduated or whatever, that did the whole completion.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know now only like 2 or 3 that are still like
That's
going.
wild.
4 or 5 is still back. It went back.
Wow.
So
Shit.
yeah. Out of 80-something people, bro.
Out of my peers, it's only 3.
How many you had?
We had, well, the COVID had, the thing was low.
Because
I
of
think,
COVID. Yeah.
I think it was like, I think we had like 50 people, 60 people at
But
the
that's
time.
still,
Still, bro.
That's the 3. That's
Bad.
crazy.
That's bad.
And that's because we don't, like, you see him doing what he's doing, he's actually helping himself too.
Oh yeah,
Like
absolutely.
he gets a reminder every day.
Yeah,
This is the shit I don't
definitely,
want to do.
absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Absolutely.
This is
I
how
don't
I
wanna be in that
yeah,
other shit.
and this is how I don't want to look.
Yeah.
This is how I don't want to feel.
Right.
This is how, like that's what, for an addict, if you do it with right intentions, right?
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why it works. It will work, and it will work for the person you're helping, if the person wants it.
But the only way
amazing.
that it works for me, because like I said again, because where I work at, because my team, we all look out for each other. My boss is amazing, and she looks out for all her workers, and the co-workers, they all look out for each other, because I seen programs that I visit or been through that everybody's just like dead. Fucking counselors, peers, whatever the fuck, just everybody in the office drained. Like, you sure you don't need a like you see the soul out of the motherfucker.
Yeah.
And
crazy.
and a lot of people do it for the checks. So
And the checks ain't even all
and
that.
the checks ain't even all that.
So why not put you all into it, right?
Exactly.
Checks are bullshit.
Yeah.
Tell me how you really feel.
It's the truth. I mean, it's fucking
Slumper.
insane what they pay people.
It's sad.
All right, yo. With that said, we're gonna switch it over to last call for words. My brother Dre Drizzo.
I don't even know where to start. I don't even know what the fuck to say at this point. You know what I'm saying? All I gotta say is thank
You like rematch.
Like, I don't even, like, all I gotta say is thank you so much for being so open, and your life is super fucking interesting. Thank you so much for the Germany history and tour. Like, I don't even know where to start, but I want to thank you. And I told you it was gonna rock, and I appreciate you, and it was an amazing episode. Thank you.
Appreciate you, bro.
I just want to say that as long as it's yourself, you just be yourself, because everything will follow. Like, don't try too hard. Don't try not too hard. Like
try.
be yourself.
do something.
Go with the flow. Don't let nobody tell you any different. Especially if a motherfucker don't know you.
There you go.
Appreciate you. No.
That was great.
It's kind of fucking just. Hey. Do this, bro.
Just be.
A wonderful, lovely Honorable Lady H, what would you like to say?
Thank you so much for opening up and sharing all of that. And you are truly an amazing woman.
Aw.
You're really amazing. And I would love to know when your memoir is going to come out.
Yo, you need
You should write a memoir.
For real.
Yeah.
You
What,
should, absolutely.
what would be the title of your memoir?
Fuck you. Fuck you. We made it. I don't know. I would probably just say Yolanda.
YoYo.
Yo.
Yo, let me tell you.
You can go so many fucking avenues with this show. Do not miss this opportunity. Let me help you pick out this title whenever you decide to write this fucking book. Vicky, yo.
There you go. Yeah.
I am flabbergasted from everything you shared, because beyond the surface level of what people think resilience is and whatever we think we can overcome, you learn throughout life that you can just push yourself through whatever the fuck you have to. Not whatever you want to, but whatever you have to. And you'll push yourself, and you will see yourself on the other side and possibly and potentially come out a much better human being. You're an absolute example of that. And I am honored to be blessed by your presence, because the amount of horror stories that people can go down so many rabbit holes by focusing on the negative. It just sounds like you're now at the new beginning of your life with just a world of knowledge. And it's just an absolute reminder that, that pursuing of happiness, pursuing of fulfillment, and pursuing of purpose, you can find it at any given stage of your life and wake up, content and fulfilled and glad and just move forward. Because, man, those other realities that you shared of the really deep darknesses, they're tough. And, man, there's a lot of people that would just stay in that darkness and not seek any light, not seek any wellness, not seek any fulfillment. They're like, yo, this is what they accept. You told yourself otherwise, and you're accomplishing that shit. Everything you didn't care for, going from a 90s grungy tattoo shop and all that to now doing Fashion Week and being around all the influencers and the TikTokers. It's just beautiful to see the pursuing of growth, and I'm absolutely glad to have had this conversation with you, because it's just another reminder that no matter what stage in your life that you're in, however difficult you think it may be, you continue to be true to you, things will get better. And I appreciate you for sharing all of that information, because that was my takeaway from it. So
drop a bomb for yourself, bro. You never drop a bomb for yourself. Drop a bomb for yourself, bro. Damn.
Nigga been saying all day.
All that shit, yeah, drop the bomb, bro. That was a good one.
I appreciate y'all for listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is Ron Kane, and this is Just Words. We all care. And we're out.
All right.
That shit was a good one.
Shit, you lucky I didn't drop the mic.
Nah. What are you talking about? You're the only one that actually knew how to.
No, I'm talking about like literally drop it.
Oh, well, that too. No, you did. Nah, I had a beautiful.
Your first podcast, right?
My first one, yeah. I mean, I got asked to go on, but I'm not. I don't think I could have. I don't know. Probably would have. I don't.